Hello everyone, I am Lynn, and if you're interested in hearing about a different perspective on Mount Rushmore, stay tuned. Okay, great. So I called this post the Mount Rushmore lie. I'll just get right to the question. Someone had sent to me something about Mount Rushmore always seems off to me. What do you pick up on? And I get the reason that it feels off is because there's a lot more to this story, and we keep referring to history of this country, even our world, but the question is, who is his? Because just look at the word history itself. His story. It's like they're telling you it's not fact, it's his story. So who really made this up, and where does this ultimately come from? Digging a little deeper, here's what I get. I get the natives. You know, they used to call Mount Rushmore the land of forefathers. We have some Native American friends, and they always referred to Mount Rushmore like that. It's just very common knowledge throughout a lot of Native American culture, at least through the people that we know. If you have heard different, I mean, by all means, leave a comment and share, but just around here, and different people that we're friends with, that's what's always been called, always. So many years ago, I get another civilization. They actually carved the faces into this mountainside. And as decades went on and that civilization perished, and I always talk about old world and other civilizations that existed before us, I get the faces, you know, they got weathered and degraded and just things that happen over time. Structurally, still pretty prevalent, but nonetheless, a lot of it had been crumbled or in need of repair. And they're still... like I get evident, but they weren't as detailed and grand and as crisp as what they are today. And so when the current civilization came forward, you know, after others had gone and been demised or whatever, and the newer current civilization came out and they started to scavenge and see what remained, I got that the faces, they were claimed. Someone said, you know, I'm going to take that, I'm going to own it, or we're going to do something with it, or we can create a narrative tied to it. Because you have to, right? If you're going to have a new civilization, you have to explain what this old stuff is or what you're doing with it. And it was known that when they were discovered, they needed to explain why eroded faces were on a mountain. You can't claim that you were the first inhabitant there and that you own it and you're, you know, forging the way, and then come across something like that and not be able to explain it in some way. So they began to work to restore what was there, and they created a whole new story around it. And I see that the original faces, they were really more Native American looking, and they got changed around to look the way they do now. And also I get, you know, there's these secret areas that also exist there that are banned from the public, and I got that the reason for that is if you were to get back in there, you would see carvings and you would see different things that were real clues as to what was there and what they want to be left a secret. So there's a lot of oddity tied to Mount Rushmore as well. And every time I sense that they have this need for you to believe a story, or they teach you this story, or really about anything anymore, all I can see is that word, his story, and realize that, you know, when they want you to believe it, even in that word, be lies. So it's almost like there be lies within his story in some rudimentary way. That's what I always see coming forward. So always keep this healthy skepticism, because that's how truth and glimpses of truth, they come out. It's the observation and the really thinking about it and what really makes sense. That's where the truth is going to lie. So anyway, that is what I get, and I would be so curious your thoughts on this. Has this ever been any kind of thing that you've ever thought about, or heard something similar to what I got? Anyway, if you have something, please share in the comments below. I'm really trying to uncover some truth here, and I think there's a lot of our history that's misled us to get to us this point that we're in right now. So I will leave you with that to contemplate and ponder over. Thanks so much for listening. Please like and share my work. It helps me out so much. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Take care. Bye.